Hey everyone, ready to get into some short form video.
Yeah.
We're going deep today. We're not just talking about like how to make the videos, but how to really make work for you.
Right.
Whether you're like a creator or maybe you've got a business, or even if you've just been noticing how much these short videos have been blowing up.
Absolutely. It's really interesting because you have to grab people's attention so fast. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
We're all scrolling all the time.
All the time.
Right. So how do you make someone actually stop on your video?
That's a great question.
It is.
And that's what we're going to like unpack today, right?
Yeah.
The stuff we're looking at is this really cool guide from Content Whale.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Master Short Form Video Content, the Definitive Guide. They've got so many good points in there.
Definitely.
And we're going to break down like the best ones for you.
Absolutely.
What I thought was really interesting is they were saying you can't just like throw something up there and expect it to go viral. It takes work.
You need a strategy.
Yeah. And that's what they really
for sure.
hammer home, I think.
Yeah. So first you have to understand, like, who are you talking to? Who's your audience?
Right. Okay.
Right?
So
What platforms are they on?
Let's talk about the audience a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they had this great example in here, Content Whale did, of the Duolingo owl.
Oh, yeah?
You know the one?
Yeah.
Like remind you to practice your Spanish or whatever. It turned into a total meme on TikTok.
It did.
It put them on the map, really like huge.
That's a perfect example of when you really understand your audience, what they respond to.
Yeah.
And they nailed the humor and the trends on TikTok, especially for like Gen Z.
Yeah.
And it was like a huge win.
Total win.
Okay.
Okay, so just to back up for a second.
Yeah.
What exactly is short form video?
I'm glad you asked that. Basically, you know, we're talking about those videos that are like, I don't know, anywhere from like 5 seconds to a minute long.
Okay.
Think like TikTok, Instagram Reels, even those YouTube shorts.
Okay.
It's really all about giving people these like quick hits of content that they can, you know, easily consume.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So another thing that Content Whale was saying is you have to speak your audience's language.
Yes.
Not yours.
Not yours.
What do they mean by that?
So imagine you're trying to like sell skateboards, right?
Yeah.
If you're using language that's like super corporate, you know, stuffy, you're not going to connect with those skaters.
Yeah.
You need to understand like their slang.
Yeah.
What references they use.
Right.
Like their humor, you know?
Okay, so it's not just about like, I don't know, where they live.
Yeah.
How old they are.
It's about the culture of that platform and the interests of those specific people you're trying to reach.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so like each platform is different then.
Totally.
Okay.
Each platform's got its own vibe. Like TikTok, it's all about trends, it's fast, it's funny. Yeah. Often like with a Gen Z kind of slant to it. Yeah. But then Instagram Reels, they're a little more diverse. Like they reach a much wider audience. You might see like cooking tutorials or travel vlogs.
Okay.
Anything, really.
So you probably wouldn't put the same video
right
on both platforms, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Would you watch like a 60-second video on TikTok?
No, I'd probably scroll right past.
Right. You probably would.
Yeah.
But on Reels, you've got a little more space.
Right.
To tell a longer story.
Okay. Yeah. This is starting to feel like a lot to think about.
Well, that's why we need a strategy.
Okay.
Right. And understanding your audience and these little nuances of each platform. That's the foundation to making content that actually works.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So this is good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing this.
Me too.
Okay.
So let's dive in a little deeper.
Okay.
Okay. So now you know a little bit about the audience and the platforms. Let's get into like, how do you make videos that actually make people want to watch, you know? Keep watching.
That's the question, right?
That's the question.
That's the million-dollar question, I think. It's like so many videos that I'm just like, ugh, next.
Yeah, you don't have like a minute to make a first impression. You have like 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Content Whale calls this the hook, show, sizzle approach.
Okay.
So you got to hit them with something visually interesting right away.
Right.
Maybe some catchy music, something that makes them curious right from the start.
Like what would be an example of a hook?
So imagine you're scrolling through TikTok and you see a video and it starts with someone about to jump off a diving board.
Okay.
You're immediately like, what's going to happen?
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
So that's a hook.
Okay.
Or maybe it's like a bold text overlay that says something like, this is the biggest mistake you're making with your money.
Oh, I would for sure keep watching that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a little mini cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you need to show, not tell.
Okay.
So think about it.
Yeah.
Would you rather watch someone talking about how to make a smoothie?
Right.
Or actually see them making the smoothie?
I want to see the smoothie, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Seeing it is so much more engaging.
Way more engaging.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also, like, don't underestimate fast-paced editing, those quick cuts, smooth transitions. Yeah. All that stuff keeps people from getting bored and scrolling away.
That's true.
Yeah. You know, Content Whale was talking about the Squatty Potty videos?
Oh, yeah. Those are so funny. I've seen those.
Right.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
They are.
And that's a great example of how, like, using humor and entertainment can make your content go viral.
Yeah.
People remember things that make them laugh or feel something.
Right.
But then, you know, there's also this thing about authenticity. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be perfectly polished.
Okay.
Sometimes the more real you are, the more people connect with you.
Right. Okay.
You know?
So you don't have to be like...
You don't have to be a comedian.
Right. Okay.
Like, you can still make videos that are engaging, you know, show your personality, let people see your passion for whatever you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what about trend jacking?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be good to, like,
it can be,
get your videos seen.
But you have to be careful.
Okay.
So, yeah, using trending hashtags or participating in those challenges, that can definitely help people find your stuff.
Right.
But it has to feel like authentic to you and your brand.
Right.
If you're just jumping on something because it's popular.
Yeah.
It's going to be obvious.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Like Content Whale was talking about MX Talk a Talk.
Yeah.
And their hashtag Made in India challenge. That was a really successful campaign.
What made that one work?
It was relevant to their audience.
Right.
And it let creators put their own spin on it.
Okay.
It wasn't just everybody copying each other, you know? They were showing their own talents, their perspective.
So it's like finding that balance then.
Exactly.
Between using the trends, but also...
But staying true to yourself.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about some technical tips.
Okay.
To make your videos look good.
Okay. Yes, please.
Even if you're just using your phone.
I need all the help I can get with that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the biggest thing to remember is vertical video.
Okay.
Like, that's king.
Right.
Most people are watching stuff on their phones.
Right.
So you want your video to fill the screen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now what about length?
Oh, yeah, good question.
I know that different platforms...
They all have different limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like TikTok and Reels, you've got up to 60 seconds.
Okay.
But then MX Talk a Talk is even shorter.
Oh, wow.
It's only 15 seconds.
Okay, so it's like really short.
Yeah, so you got to know the limits and tailor your content to fit.
Okay, I'm taking notes. This is good.
Good. Okay, and then another thing that people overlook is sound. Sound quality.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could have the most beautiful visuals, but if your audio is bad, people are going to click away.
That's so true.
Right.
I've definitely done that.
I have too.
Where it's just like, this sounds awful.
Yeah, it's distracting. So it's worth getting even just a basic mic.
Okay.
If you can. Even like one of those lavalier mics that you can just clip on your shirt.
Right.
It makes a huge difference.
Okay.
And then also make sure you're choosing music that like actually enhances your message and goes with the vibe of the platform.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So.
And speaking of sound, what about captions?
Oh, yeah. Captions are so important. I mean, think about how many times you've watched a video.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, on the train or something.
Totally.
And you have it on mute.
All the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So captions let people watch, even if they don't have the sound on.
That's true.
Or if they can't hear, you know, it makes it accessible to everybody.
Content Whale was talking about the Washington Post.
Oh, wow.
As being good at this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of them.
Yeah. With captions on their reels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good example, though, of how anyone can use this short-form video effectively.
Okay, so we've talked about filming, editing, all that. What about getting people to actually see them?
Oh, that's the next step.
How do we not get lost in the sea of content?
That's where optimization comes in.
Okay.
Hashtags.
I use hashtags.
You do?
But To be honest, I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Well, you got to be strategic.
Okay.
Think of them like keywords that help people find your stuff. So do some research.
Okay.
Find hashtags that are relevant to what you do and to the platform that you're using.
Okay.
Don't just use the most popular ones.
Okay.
Mix in some less common ones, some more targeted ones.
Right.
And each platform's got its own, like, quirks.
Okay.
Like on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's actually better to put your hashtags in the first comment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in the caption itself.
Wow. Okay.
Little things like that can make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your caption.
Yeah.
That's important too.
Okay.
It's not just a description of your video. It's like a chance to engage people.
Yeah.
Make them actually want to watch.
Okay. Okay. Like what?
Yeah, so instead of saying like, here's how to make the perfect cup of coffee, you could say something like, are you making this coffee mistake? Or like
that. I like that.
This coffee hack will change your life. Spark some curiosity, a little intrigue.
And then don't forget the call to action, right?
Yes.
Like tell people what to do.
Tell them what you want them to do.
Okay.
Do you want them to follow you?
Yeah.
Go to your website. Leave a comment.
Right.
Make it clear.
Okay, so we've got hashtags.
Yes.
Captions.
Calls to action.
Calls to action. Okay, what about like promoting outside of the platform?
Oh, yeah. Good question.
Yeah.
So Content Whale calls this cross-promotion. Like, share your videos on your other socials.
Right.
Put them on your website.
Yeah.
Mention them in your email list.
Okay.
Get creative.
Yeah.
And think about collaborating with other creators.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get in front of
new people.
New people, yeah.
Yeah. Find someone who has a similar audience.
Okay.
You can partner up on a video or just do a shout out.
Right. Okay.
And then Content Whale was also talking about community building.
Oh, yeah. What does that look like?
So it's really about engaging with your audience.
Okay.
Respond to comments.
Right.
Answer questions.
Yeah.
Participate in the conversations.
So it's not just like throwing it out there and then like ignoring everybody.
It's about building relationships.
Right. Okay.
Not just like
broadcasting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then finally, use your analytics.
Analytics.
Yeah. See what's doing well, what's not doing well. Pay attention to what your audience is liking.
So it's like not just a one and done.
No, it's ongoing.
You got to keep tweaking and...
Short form video is always changing.
Right.
So you got to be ready to change with it.
Okay. That's good advice. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this has been super helpful.
I think so too.
I feel like I have a much better grasp on short form video now.
You've hit all the key points.
Okay.
It's all about knowing your audience, making good content, optimizing it so people can find it.
Right.
And engaging with your community. Yeah. That's the stuff.
If you want even more though, you can check out the full guide.
Yeah. Master short form video.
Master short form video.
It's a great guide.
It is.
Content Whale.
Link is in the show notes.
Yeah. And of course, for more tips on building a business, go to Digimarket.io.
Digimarket.io.
They've got tons of resources there.
Okay, this has been great.
It has.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks everybody for listening.
Yes. Thanks everyone.
Don't forget to like this episode.
Yes.
Share it.
And for friends.
With your friends.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.